Welcome one and all to an all-new video. In this video we're going to be reviewing a new film that just came out today, Friday, June 17th. It is an all-new Pixar animated film that got released in theaters, so we're going to get right into that. Before we do that, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on this video and the other videos I put up. As always, people, if you enjoy my content here on YouTube, definitely check out my other social media platforms such as Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, anywhere you can think of. Definitely check those out too. As always, people, let's get right into this! To infinity and beyond! Welcome one and all to an all-new video. So like I was saying before, we're going to be doing a review of a new film that just came out today, Friday, June 17th. Is a all-new Pixar film that is related to another character we've seen in several other films from Pixar in the past. And that happens to be the film known as Lightyear. Oh yeah, Lightyear. Yeah, Lightyear. Yeah. So Lightyear is the newest film from Pixar Studios, which is based on the Buzz Lightyear character from the Toy Story franchise. And basically the movie actually introduces itself as the movie that inspired Mr. Andy to want to get the Buzz Lightyear toy. So I think that was a really cool way to introduce the film and a really cool way to connect, Toy Story to Lightyear. So Lightyear, like I said, is an awesome movie. It's a really great sci-fi film, basically telling you what Buzz Lightyear, who he's based off of, kind of giving you, kind of what the real Buzz Lightyear did and what inspired that amazing toy we know from the Toy Story franchise. So, to start us off is none other than the director himself, which happens to go by the name of Mr. Angus MacLane. Yeah, Angus MacLane. Yeah. So Angus MacLane actually has been with Pixar for many years. He's been co-writer, he's been co-director, co-artist, all kinds of different things for Pixar over the years, and this is actually his directorial debut, actually. But he has directed a few other little shorts for Pixar in the past, and I think that's kind of what got him the gig. Now, Angus, I think, has a really great eye, especially since he's been with the, Pixar for so many years. If you actually get a chance to check out the little Buzz Lightyear mini documentary on Disney Plus, it will actually show him back in 1999 working on Toy Story 2. So he's been around for quite a few years. He's been around for 20 plus years. So he really has kind of a good eye for what this, franchise, the best way to go for it. He actually co-wrote this along with the other writer and directed it as well. So I think that's really cool. Now, another thing he directed that I enjoyed and thought really showed his, directing talent was actually a great little short that they made for one of the previous Toy Story films back, a few years ago, called Toy Story Small Fry. Yeah, Toy Story Small Fry. Oh my god, this is the funniest little short with this little Buzz Lightyear Happy Meal toy, as I like to call it. And basically it's like a miniaturized Buzz Lightyear, but, still in the Toy Story franchise. And he directed it so well. It felt like an addition to the great Toy Story franchise that we already have gotten. And overall, it just was so much fun, super funny, and all around really well directed. And I thought he did a really good job on it. If you haven't seen Small Fry, definitely go check it out on Disney Plus. It really shows Angus's directing chops. But overall, I really enjoyed what he did with Lightyear. He gave us a great story showing us, what was that movie that Andy watched that made him really love Buzz Lightyear. And that's what this movie did. It was from stop to go. It literally was action-packed, very little dialogue, or I should say, story in between action sequences or what the whole story was about. It was non-stop action, which was really enjoyable, really well done, and visually so beautiful. Angus really knew what to give us, sci-fi wise, between the, the characters themselves to the creatures that we get involved, the robots, the space stations, all that kind of stuff looked so superb and looked so amazingly done. and overall just a really great directing job. If you haven't seen anything Angus MacLane has directed, definitely check out Lightyear for his directing. He did a really fantastic job. So this movie has a really great cast, really a bunch of great voiceover artists, just actors themselves that always do an amazing job in their roles, and they brought that great talent to these voiceovers. So to start us off is none other than the main character himself, Mr. Buzz Lightyear himself, who is voiced by none other than Mr. Chris Evans! Oh yeah, Chris Evans! Woo! Chris Evans! Yeah! So of course everyone knows Chris Evans as Captain America. He's been Captain America since 2011 when he was in the first Captain America movie, The First Avenger. Then we saw him, of course, in Captain America the Winter Soldier, Civil War, Avengers 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we've seen him in like little cameos and bit parts in other Marvel films. Now, Chris Evans is known for more than that. He was recently in Knives Out, which was a really big, successful film. He also was in Snowpiercer and so forth. And he's just a really great, versatile actor. He can do action, he can do comedy, he can do drama, he can do it all, and he's a really great just guy, too, as well. Now, another film I really enjoyed him in, which is a Marvel-related character, which actually is what really, his first, kind of bigger start in movies, was a great 2005 film called The Fantastic Four. Yeah! The Fantastic Four. Yeah, absolutely love the Fantastic Four 2005 film. I thought these were great films. I really enjoyed them, and I absolutely loved Chris Evans as the Human Torch. He was perfect as Johnny Storm. He really embodied Johnny from the comics, I thought, and overall I just thought Chris did a great job of portraying that character and gave us some great laughs and just great action too as well. And overall I thought he worked really well with everyone in the film and gave us just a really overall great in-person, first live action on big screen version of the Human Torch. So I thought he did a really decent job and just did a fantastically fun job too as well. And his comic timing between him and Michael Chiklis in the film was just so perfect too as well, and just really showed his comedy chops too as well. If you haven't seen Chris Evans anything, definitely check him out in Knives Out or The Fantastic Four. He was really fantastic in it. Now, overall, I really enjoyed him as Buzz Lightyear. I thought he sounded very similar to Tim Allen, and even though Tim Allen didn't get to come back to do the voice, I thought Chris Evans did a great job of sounding like what Buzz Lightyear sounded in the Toy Story franchise. And overall, I thought that Chris did a great job. Some great expression work that he must have gave for the character's design, for the character's, certain movements and, different types of things that happened to him in the film. Just overall, really fantastically done. And I thought he gave a really great performance that you really felt like he really was Buzz Lightyear. And this man that's this, space ranger that's trying to wrong his rights or right his wrongs, basically, to get everyone back to, where they should have been. Overall, great performance by Chris. Did a great job and really enjoyed him as Buzz Lightyear. If you haven't seen Chris Evans anything, definitely check him out on Lightyear. He did a great job. So that brings me to the next voiceover artist that I would like to talk about. And that, of course, is the other co-main lead in the film that gives us such a great kind of second half performance in this amazing CGI film. And that, of course, is Miss Keke Palmer! Oh yeah, Keke Palmer! Woo! Keke Palmer! Yeah! Keke Palmer, I think she's very underrated. I really enjoy her. I think she's a great actress, good comedian, but overall just really fun. Now, you might recognize her from, of course, the Fox TV show Scream Queens that was on for 2 seasons. She was one of the main leads in that, along with Emma Roberts and other great people, Jamie Lee Curtis and so forth. You might also recognize her from a whole bunch of Disney Channel shows or just TV shows over the years where she's done cameos, played herself, stuff like that. Now, Keke, I think, is, like I said, underrated and I think just a really fantastic actress. And I think she really showed her talent in a great movie that I really enjoyed that she was in. That was a Disney Channel original movie called Jump In. Yeah, Jump In. Yeah, this is a great movie. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. It's just a really fun, one of those Disney Channel type films, feel-good type of films, but with just an interesting kind of concept, I think. Especially with, how it, this Corbin Blue's character in it, along with Keke Palmer. They're kind of the main characters in it. And he's like going into boxing, but really enjoys doing the jump rope competition, which is what Keke Palmer does too. And basically, her character is just really a great jump roper and wants Corbin to be a part of her group and so they can become like national champions. And I thought Keke did such a great job of interacting with Corbin and just everyone and the whole cast in the film and gave us just a really solid performance that was endearing, funny, dramatic at times, but at the same time just very level-headed and just really enjoyable of a character. Really well done performance by her in that film, and I think it's one of my favorites of hers to date. If you haven't seen Jump In, definitely check out Keke Palmer in it. She did a really good job. But I really enjoyed her as the granddaughter of one of the other characters we have met in Lightyear earlier in the film, and I like her as this character. I think she did a good job. I thought she gave the character a lot of fun and a lot of just, kind and action-packed type of deal, and I just love how she plays like the character very kind of like, well, we're still kind of like cadets and not really rookies, but like we still could try, and like that kind of deal, and I thought that she did a good job of portraying that and giving this a really solid voiceover performance. If you haven't seen Keke Palmer, definitely check out her voiceover work in Lightyear. She did actually a pretty decent job. So that brings me to the next person I'd like to talk about this film. And this was another guy that was his character was in the latter half of the film, which was super hilarious, super fun, and overall just totally this, actor's bravado. And that, of course, is the great comedian director himself, Mr. Taika Waititi. Oh yeah, Taika, however you say it, Taika, woo, Taika Waititi. Oh my god, Taika is so awesome. He's such a great actor, great comedian, great director. He does it all, and he's just so awesome. And I really enjoyed his character in this film, and I thought he was just so much fun and a great addition to that ensemble cast of voiceover actors in this film. And he just really showed and gave us a really great just performance all over for this character, giving us some really great kind of funny moments throughout the whole film that were just spot on and perfect in the film. Now, Taika, like I said, you might recognize as director, of course, of Thor Ragnarok, the upcoming Thor Love and Thunder. You might recognize him from What We Do in the Shadows, the movie, where he was a co-director, co-writer with that. He's a co-creator of the What We Do in the Shadows TV series. He's been around. He was just recently in that pirate TV show on HBO Max that got renewed for a second season. Overall, just a really great comedian and director. Now, another film I really enjoyed him in as an actor, actually, I thought he was super awesome in it and super fun, was a great film that came out last year starring Ryan Reynolds called Free Guy. Yeah, Free Guy. Yeah, this movie is absolutely freaking amazing, and Taika was so good as kind of like the main bad guy in the film, and he's absolutely hilarious in this film, and just some of the things he comes up with and does in the film were just so Taika, but perfect for the character and perfect for that role and in the movie itself, and just were so well, done by him and so well conceived. It just was so on point for that film. If you haven't seen Taika anything, definitely check him out on Free Guy. He was really awesome as that character. But overall, I really enjoyed Taika in Lightyear. I thought he did a great job. I really thought he was enjoyable, and overall, I thought he did just an amazing job. If you haven't seen Taika anything, definitely check out his voiceover work in Lightyear. It was actually really decent. So honorable mentions of voiceovers of this film I like to talk about too a little bit is, of course, we had Peter Sohn. He provided a voice in the role, which we all might recognize him as Squiggy or Squiggles or Squiggy in Monsters University. We also had James Brolin do a voice in this film as older Buzz Lightyear, who we all know from such great films, Married to Barbra Streisand, all that kind of cool stuff. And Uzo Abbadi, too, from Orange is the New Black, actually provides a voice in this. She actually plays the grandmother of Keke Palmer's character in the film as well. And I think those are some great people to just mention that they did really great voiceovers in the film as well. Now, what is the premise of Lightyear? Basically, the premise of Lightyear is Buzz Lightyear is on a mission with his group, and they end up landing on a planet where there's this alien inhabitant that tries to basically kill them. They try to get off the planet. Fortunately, they crash the the ship they were on and destroyed their crystal that allows them to go to light speed. And basically, the rest of the movie is about Buzz trying to recreate that crystal that allow them to get to light speed so they can get back home and finish their mission. And that's pretty much what the rest of the film is about. It's a really well done film. So many great things in this film. Overall, just an amazing, fun, sci-fi action-packed film. There's some really great scenes in this film from the beginning of the film, where it shows Buzz, talking to his voice recorder thing like we've seen in the Toy Story franchise was really funny. You have some great moments where it shows them going to infinity and beyond. That type of deal, that was really fun. There's a great scene where Buzz is ready to launch up to try one of the first times trying to recreate the light speed so they can get off the planet, and the alien grabs him creature thing. That was really great. We have some great moments later on. We get to see the Zurg, or Zurg himself, that we have known from the Toy Story franchise, the arch enemy of Buzz Lightyear, along with his robots and minions and stuff like that were really cool. There's a lot of great action sequences in this film. I mean, the cat is absolutely hilarious in this film. The robot cat, which is absolutely perfection. Great little sidekick. He was so super funny and so much fun. We see some great scenes of him and throughout the whole film that are really fun. Him saying, who he is and like what he's supposed to do for Buzz, and like him helping him down the line. He's like a robot cat, so he's able to hook into hubs and stuff like that and help activate things and stuff like that, which was really cool. But overall, there's so many great scenes in this movie that were just so fun, and overall just made it a really fantastic film. If you haven't seen it yet, definitely go check it out in theaters now. It's an amazing film. Can't wait for this to come out on 4K UHD. It's going to be a great added addition to my amazing Pixar collection. It's such a great film. Giant 10 gold movie boxes on this. Very great film. I think one of Pixar's best in a while. The last great one I thought, really was Toy Story 4, and this one really is up there with those. Finding Nemo, original Toy Story, Toy Story 2, Bug's Life, those type of films. This is a great film, once again, that really packs a punch and really shows how amazing Pixar is. If you haven't seen it, definitely go check it out in theaters now. So that's it for this review, guys. As always, thank you for watching. Thank you for liking. Also, thank you for subscribing. And if this is your first time here, or you have been here before, don't forget to check out any older, newer videos you might not have seen mine. As always, people, if you enjoy my content here and want to show support for my channel, definitely check out my links down below. Especially my Patreon page, where you get to see outtakes, bloopers, and all kinds of cool stuff by being a Patreon member of mine. So definitely check that out. And also, if you're a horror buff, you love horror films, what better way is to get horror movies every month, right to your door every month for a great low price. So definitely check that out too, people. As always, catch you in the next one!